What is up, guys? Perilous Pogo here. In today's video, I'm going to be playing 5 matches in the solo ranks tournament and see how many points I can get in those 5 matches. But before we drop into the video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and smash that like button and also use code Perilous Pogo in the Fortnite item shop. Any support you can give is highly appreciated. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright, the first match of the tournament was kind of infuriating because I got my drop spot unconned, which was really nice. But then I could have sworn that this guy had landed across the POI and was nowhere near me. But all of a sudden, he just pops out of nowhere and just pumps me right in the face.
What did he say?
Like, that was... Yeah, so we're just gonna basically, like, get to the next match. I decided to pick a new landing spot, which actually turned out to be a pretty good spot for the tournament. I got there unconned, so I got to just loot up all nice and neatly and get to endgame.
Nice.
Alright, we now got to the top 30 people, and I noticed this guy here, but I look away and I look back, and I just assumed he jumped on the launch pad or something, but like an idiot, did not notice that he literally just went inside the building. I don't know how the heck I didn't notice this the first time, but watching the recording over again, I'm like, oh, well, that's where he was. I can see him go in the room. But a couple seconds later, I decide, you know what, he's not here. He jumped on the launch pad, so I left. And a couple seconds later, I see him jump on the launch pad and feel like a complete idiot, because could have been like a free kill right there. But later on in the match, I was just looking around and noticed that there was 2 medallions just sitting over there. I assumed it was bait to try and get someone to go over there. But then I realized that the person who had dropped them actually had fallen to their death from the island. So I was able to pick up 2 free medallions, Peter's mythic shotgun, and the mythic AR. Like, that was like so lucky. Now we're down to the final 11 people, and I had an amazing loadout. 2 medallions, 2 mythic weapons. I was stacked. I was completely stacked. You can see me boxing up, getting that med kit down because I had lost some health from the storm. This guy's shooting at me. I just decided to back up a little bit to get the med kit all the way through, and then took a couple shots at him, but he was already gone at that point. But now it was time to rotate into zone. There was only 9 people left, including me. And I had a pretty good spot. I was one of the first people in here, but at this point, my Wi-Fi completely started crashing, and I was just glitching all over the place, as you can see here. It was so frustrating. I was like, oh, this is it. This is gonna cost me the game. And as I'm running, I get sniped at right there, and I'm so mad because, like, I can barely build. It's so glitchy, but it finally calmed down. I was able to jump onto this roof. Somehow this guy didn't even notice me here, so I was able to just aim at him and just completely took him out. He had no idea I was there, which was another medallion. So I have 3 medallions now, 2 mythic weapons. Like, I'm stacked. Like, I'm basically at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna win this game. Apparently not. But even so, that got us to 56 points, which was enough to get us to 59th on the leaderboard out of 1.4 thousand players. Jumping into game 3 here, it was officially the first time that my drop spot had been conned by a person, but I thankfully was able to land first. I was able to grab this terrible weapon. This is like the worst thing for close quarters. But as I was running through the house, I grabbed a shotgun and I decided to just key this guy. He seemed pretty decent, so I just decided, you know what, let's just start pickaxing his walls. So that's what I started doing. He peeks out. I was able to get a shot on him. I'm literally 11 HP. I missed my shot, and then I was able to jump, peek, and get him for 60. That was the kill. I was like so relieved when this happened. I have no idea how the heck I was able to do that. Usually I completely freeze up in those situations. But now I once again find myself in the top 11 with 20 points on the board, which is not too shabby, not too shabby. I was able to get this cheeky kill on the guy that was already in the middle of a fight. I kind of feel bad for the guy, but hey, it's 2 points. I then tried to see if I could get a tag on this guy through the builds, but this is definitely not the right weapon if you want to do that, so I was not able to. But a minute or so had passed by, and for some reason the guy completely forgot about me, so I was able to hit him for 136. I'm like, hey, why not? Let's go for it. But then my game bugged, made me go down a little bit. I was so mad about this. I decided, hey, let's try and chop him. But he realized that, so he came down really close. I decided, okay, let's spray him. Started spraying him. Decided that wasn't probably the best idea, and decided, let's just box up now. This is whenever you're in doubt, just box up. That's what you do. But then zone started coming in, so I decided, hey, let's just get out of here. I used my grapple blade, and I got back to my trusty little bush. You know, the trusty little bush. You gotta love the bush campers. I decided, okay, it's time to run to zone. I start going. A guy comes up behind me. I'm like, oh, dang, okay, here we go. It's my first actual build battle of the day. We start getting chopped out by a completely different person. He edits right in. I was able to get the shotgun hit. He had a bunch of medallions. I, like an idiot, was not able to pick up all of them because I panicked because Storm was closing in and I had to get out of there. All right, at this point, I'm just trying to get into zone. I see the guy on my right. I know he's gonna start shooting at me, which he does in a couple seconds here, as you can see. I get to the top. I try and build a couple of platforms here. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try and go full up to the top. But sadly, there was already people there, so I'm like, okay, that's not good. I try to fizz a little bit here. I see this guy coming up. I'm like, hey, I got the mythic shotgun. Let's go for it. So I decide to jump and try and hit him. Completely missed my shot. He hits. I am now 4 HP. And again, once again, I miss. I completely fluke. And like a zero build player, I decide not to really build at all. Here I try to completely fizz to heal up, but somehow he's able to absolutely laser me with a green ambush striker AR. I did not know that thing could hit that hard. But that match still got us 92 points, so I'm happy. Heading into game 4 out of 5, I was once again conned right off spawn, but I was able to quickly grab this great pistol, run up to the roof, and get him. That was a huge kill for this game. Now, later on in this game, as I'm just grappling through this bush, I thought I heard some rustling, so I'm like, okay, hey, let's just stop and check it. So I get my SMG, I spray, and of course, I get the tag. And for some reason, my mouse went completely haywire and was just auto-shooting for no reason at all. That was really irritating. I was able to get a couple more tags on the guy in the bush until I was like, okay, you know what, this guy's just a rat, let's just get in and get him. So I quickly swung in. I was able to hit him with the grapple blade, which was kind of hilarious, and then I was quickly just able to take the guy out. Right then and there, I could feel it. This was the start of something special. The greatest... You gotta be kidding me. Alright folks, this is the final game of the challenge, game 5 of 5. I was able to get my drop spot on con, which was really nice, and I was able to just loot up until endgame. Alright, I really thought I had an amazing position right here because it was the best high ground in the entire map. But as soon as I got up there, the zone pulled to the complete opposite end of the map, and bro, I was so mad. But you know what that means? Rotate time. When I did get to zone, there was a guy at the very top, so I just built a tiny little base at the bottom. But as you can see, that did not go very well, as the guy at the top came down and completely wiped me out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the challenge. 5 games. How many points can I get in it as a not so good competitive Fortnite player? And the answer is 129 points. I ended my 5-game streak in 69th out of 1.4 thousand people, which, I mean, for myself, that is not very bad. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also use code PerillousPogo in the Fortnite item shop.